like people who come and tell us stuff first. And as it is full year's earnings season, in the studio to reveal their numbers in the business breakfast are the people from Porsche. We are joined by the Porsche Middle East Africa CEO, Dr. Manfred Bräunl. It is lovely to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, Brandy. Thanks for having me.
And do you want to tell me how 2025 was for you?
Well, 2025, of course, we are in turbulent times right now, and we are super happy to announce here that it was another record year for Porsche Middle East Africa. We actually ended with 9,628 units, and this is the best sales result in the last 12 years. But sales results are not only the only thing. I think it's always important that actually you have happy customers, good products, and a good mix of your products.
Okay, I want to dig into those numbers. I have questions. Those numbers you've given us for the record year, what countries does that span?
Well, I mean, the biggest country we're having in the region is the UAE, and then followed by countries like Saudi Arabia, South Africa, and also Kuwait. So it really depends. Also, the mix of cars depends. So how many 911s we're selling in one or the other country, this is very, very different.
Okay, but that overall number you've just given us is for the region.
Correct, yeah.
What percentage uptick is that?
Well, I mean, the Middle East accounts in our complete region for around 60%. So we're covering 15 countries. So the entire Middle East, all Africa and India. And the Middle East actually accounts for roughly 60%.
Okay, and what were you percentage-wise up on 2025?
The overall percentage was up by 1.3%. So turbulent times, we were happy to do that. But I think more important is also what you're selling. For example, it was an absolute record year for the Porsche 911, our icon. The increase here was year over year by 18%. And right now, pretty much every fourth car we're selling is a Porsche 911.
What sales uptick did you see in the UAE alone?
The UAE actually was also increasing more than the whole region, so that is around 3%. I'm very, very happy actually that this is happening really in turbulent times because, as you know, a lot of things happened last year. Also, of course, it depends on the model life cycles. We are launching this year a lot of new models, so this I think will also give us a boost. So this year is really up for the new Porsche Cayenne. There's new Porsche Cayenne Electric also coming, so we can offer everything, electric, hybrid, and combustion. And as the Cayenne is our biggest seller, I really think that this will be also a good year for Porsche.
Great. I want to get into those numbers and those new models as well. If we're talking 1% growth for the region and 3% growth for the UAE, I realise that buying a Porsche isn't like going and buying a box of cornflakes off the shop shelf, but that's still fairly flat. How does it track with what you're seeing globally?
Well, I mean, globally, Porsche was down by 10%, and this is due to the fact that China is down, and also because of all the discussions with the tariffs in the US, it's down. And now the third reason is that the Macan combustion is not being offered right now in Europe anymore, so there will be a successor coming, which we announced. So these are the reasons. For the global actually results, while we are actually increasing right now. But again, I think it's about profitability as well. And you can imagine if you're selling, of course, 18% in the region, 18% more 911s, this is actually a good thing, not only for the brand because it's an icon, but also, of course, for Porsche's profitability.
You've said turbulent times about 4 times already in this interview.
Yeah.
I mean, take a pick for your turbulence at the moment, right? Whether it is what we are seeing with uncertainty, with geopolitics, with tariffs, with Chinese competition, with globally the pickup of EVs in different areas not necessarily doing what car makers would hope they would. Which particular turbulence is affecting you the most?
Well, I mean, this is a mixed bag, of course, but I want to pick out maybe one thing. We just learned actually about the trade deal with Canada. And there's actually, I think tomorrow at the India-EU summit, there is also a trade deal will be announced with India, so between India and Europe. So currently, for example, we at Porsche, we do not produce in India, so we import actually all of our cars to India. I have an income tariff of 110%. It's being announced that this could come down to 40%. Now, such an announcement, of course, triggers customer behavior. So customers actually might sit and wait. That's the reason, actually, why in India our sales were slowing down, simply to the fact that people are maybe expecting different prices.
How much competition are you seeing from the Chinese manufacturers? A lot, of course, are being picked up because of their lower price point,
Yeah.
but there are some luxury cars, particularly in the EV space, that have come in as well. What does that mean for you?
Well, talking for the Middle East, there are not really a lot of customers who are deciding between currently a Chinese brand and Porsche. We're clearly in the luxury segment. However, I think there are strong products coming up right now for a very, very different price point. But the Chinese competitors right now are not really affecting us that much.
And your business in China, as you said, those sales down 26% for 2025. Does that put more pressure on you here in the region to deliver?
Not really, because if you're a luxury manufacturer and you see that demand in one country slows down for many reasons, you will adjust actually your production accordingly. So you will never actually push product into a market. And we say exactly here to headquarters what we want, what we sell, what we want to sell, and that's actually also what you get.
We're seeing a number of European and US car brands sort of halting their EV strategy, sometimes even reversing their EV strategy. It's notable that you just mentioned 2 big name EVs and 1 hybrid that you're going to be bringing in this year. Tell me why you're going in that direction.
Correct. I think it's very important to say that our perspective on electric vehicles also has changed quite a bit. Some years ago, I think the whole world thought this is going all into the electric field, more or less. And now we see that actually you have to give customers a choice. Look, we are covering 15 countries. And in these countries, you have in one country subsidies and others not. So the demand for electric vehicles is very, very different. It's important that you can offer customers all technologies, combustion, hybrid, and also electric. Our average share of electric last year in our region was roughly 10%, also due to the fact that we introduced, actually last year here in Dubai at the icons of Porsche, the new Porsche Macan electric, and this now contributed heavily now to 10%, which I think is increasing with the Cayenne electric.
And that was your global launch here.
Correct, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We're very proud of that.
Which says something about the way this region is viewed. I've got only just sort of 1.5 minutes left with you. We've seen a big growth in the high net worth population here in the UAE. Are you seeing a change in who's buying from you? Demographic, nationality, age?
Again, I mean, a loaded question because the age actually differs also very much from the region. I'm always saying like here in the UAE, our average age is like 45. In China, it's 35. In Europe, it's 55. The female share, for example, also differs very much country by country. I don't really want to go too much into this. What Porsche is there for car lovers. Porsche is there for people who really like the drive, who enjoy cars made in Germany. And I think that's the main thing. And this was also shown at the Icons of Porsche last year. I announced it actually also here, where we could welcome 30,000 people in just 2 days. And it's about community. With Porsche, it's not what you buy. It's really what you buy into.
And what you do with it, because I understand that we're leading in
and you
terms
can do a lot
of
with it.
Customization.
Customization, exclusive manufacture, as we call it. And this is another record year for us. Actually, we had never, ever so many cars which got specified by our customers, who got special colors, we call it paint to sample. You can pick a color from the last 30, 40 years. So this is actually also a field which grows a lot.
Dr. Manfred Bräunl is the CEO for Porsche Middle East and Africa, joining us here in the Business Breakfast studio. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Brandy. Thanks for having me. Thank you.